So we are going to put some wine in a hot car, and we're going to do some heat shipping simulations. Granted, we're starting to cool down, but coming out of the summer months it's hot. Shipping wine during the summertime, it's a bad idea. We don't disagree with that, but we also just anecdotally accept that, and so we haven't done any testing on our own. Like, if you put these wines in the car, taste them against some wines that weren't placed in a hot car, how different are they? Into the heat. So, let's get this wine buckled in nice and safe here. Now we'll come back in another day or two, see what we got.
We're going to put this bottle in the oven at 250 degrees. Shut off the oven so it's 250. It slowly comes down over the next hour or so. And we'll see what happens to the cork and or the wine. Well, hello, sirs and ma'ams. Welcome to another installment of the Wine Show. Wine Show.
Wine show. This is Cellar Rats of the Cellar Rats, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm Aaron Inman.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm Jesse Inman.
That's right.
All this heat's got me all titillated.
Today on episode number 9 of Cellar Rats and the Cellar Rats, we're gonna play with fire.
Roast
Not
and
really.
toast and wines.
Heat shipping, heat damage, big topics in the wine business. We're gonna do a little experimentation. So today we got 2 Pinot Noirs. One made by yours truly, Lucky Rock, big surprise there. And one from a local Sonoma County family, Carnelli Vineyards?
Carnelli.
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 And we're gonna do a little experiment. We put one of these wines out into my car for 2 days in a wine shipper, styrofoam wine shipper, but in 90-degree plus heat. And then we kept one inside, stored under normal kind of cellar conditions, and we're gonna taste them.
Basically, the idea is to simulate what a bottle would do after you buy it. Winery packs it, ships it, sends it, typically 2 days in California, doing regular ground to get from your winery to your house.
We've got wine 1, wine 2, both Lucky Rock 2018 County Cuvée Pinot Noir, but we don't know which one has been smoked off, toasted. Let's get into this a little bit. Harder to tell with Lucky Rock because it's a screw cap. As far as the heat damage, immediately if you see it, if it was a cork and you saw it pushed, you'd be like, okay, bummer.
So I don't see any real color differences, because sometimes if you heat your wine too much over too long a period of time, it will hyper age. But I don't think that the temperature at which we were shipping these and the amount of time that we were shipping them was
substantial
enough to really hyper age them.
We really ship 2 different ways at Lucky Rock. And when I say we ship 2 ways, I really mean we use 2 different...
We go both ways.
We use 2 different kind of containers. Styrofoam, which some people have a problem with, but when it's borderline heat temperature, high temperatures, then we use a little bit of styrofoam, which whatever one of these wines was in my car for 2 days was in a styrofoam shipper. And then we use pulp recyclable shippers when there's weather that is conducive to shipping.
Yeah.
Usually, for me, that's 75 and below.
And if you do ever get a wine shipment in styrofoam, you can reuse it. It keeps the wines that much cooler. If you have a warm house, put it underneath a staircase, put the wines in the styrofoam shipper, and then you can actually recycle it in your own.
Yeah, so you don't have to go outside and crumple it up and blow it into the wind. That's really a terrible way
Kind
to...
of rude to do.
It's a terrible way to
For Earth.
dispose of the styrofoam.
They do have a distinctly different aroma.
You can tell they're the same wine for sure.
Yeah. And I'd say this one's a little bit more flat, a little bit more of a flatness to it.
The alcohol shows a little bit more on this one too. It's almost like some of the fruit has been baked
Burned
off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this one's more, yeah. Turns out you should bake your Lucky Rock.
Yeah, this one has more of that black tea that's in there, the nice fruit that we're used to, a little bit of vanilla, cherry. And it's not that this one doesn't have it,
It's just a little bit more like
Muted.
cherry leather, like cherry hide.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little flabbier.
I gotta just go ahead and say, I think that wine 1 was the heat.
If it's not, I quit the wine business.
That's our final answer. Wine 1, heat shipped wine, not terrible,
No, just
but slightly noticeable.
Sub the other one.
And wine 2, wine stored, 55 degrees, proper storage. Whoa!
Dang, dang, dang.
Hey! Big
Sometimes
winner.
you win.
First, we tasted the Lucky Rock, heat shipped, cellar stored. Now we're gonna taste Carinali, 2018 Russian River Pinot Noir.
We picked this wine because it had a cork. It was in the same price point, and it's from Russian River, which part of our wine is from. So maybe apples to apples-ish. I could be BSing myself, but this one has a slightly more of a tawny color. Also, so screw caps are very consistent throughout. Cork, because it's a natural product, some of them can be more porous than other ones, and so that's one downside to cork is that every cork is in theory a little bit different.
Again, Jesse turning this into a closure episode, as he does every time.
Important.
But what
Okay.
Jesse's saying is true. Corks can let in different amounts of oxygen, and that can pre-mox your wine. So it's not apples to apples. Some of this difference in color that
Do
we're
you
seeing.
see a little bit of a color there?
It's hard to say, to be honest, under this lighting.
Yeah. This one is a little bit more of a tawny orange-ish, very slight, but that could be because the cork is different, or it could be because it was super aged a little bit due to heat. This one's a little bit more muted. You notice that at all?
Because I was going to say kind of the opposite. I mean, this one has a little bit more like mossy
Wrong.
kind of. Yeah. Welcome to being the younger brother, folks. Always
This
fighting
one-
for
Actually,
Ellen.
now you mentioned this is a little bit more boozy.
The fruit tastes a little more preservative to me, a little more stewed, and you can get that in wines that have been cooked, baked. And so that's the tell that I'm using more than anything. This one doesn't have as much of that kind of stewed fruit. So after all of that jibber jabber that we've had over the last few minutes, I'm saying that I think that wine 1 again is the heat shipped wine.
I feel it in my nethers.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
But ultimately, just to recap, has a little bit of a possible brown hue, could be the lighting, hard to say. Definitely has a little bit more of a like a tawny, stewed kind of note to it that it's not overly present, but it's there.
Between the color and the stewed fruit aromas and flavors, I think it's gotta be.
We've
done it
again! Thank you, Jesus!
Earlier on, we put a bottle of white wine, it's a Gruner Veltliner, and we put it into the oven at 250, turned the thing off. and
As
that's
people
what
do.
we did. Yeah.
Cork popped. Push that cork right out.
Still a little warm. It smells like cobbler of some sort, like a stone fruit cobbler.
This wine has a bunch of acid in it, so that might have helped protect it. It's hard to say what,
I don't know if I'd say it's protected.
you know? It's got so much acid.
It's like, it makes the wine super disjointed. It's like it broke it down into its component parts. It's like you're not smelling the fruit of the wine anymore, you're smelling the alcohol, which usually the alcohol is like the delivery mechanism for the fruit. And they're actually, like, now they're all like choppy.
He likes it.
I just couldn't have it in my mouth anymore.
So thanks for joining us on a 9th episode of Cellar Rats and the Cellar Rats, where Aaron spits wine into wine glasses and then I drink it.
Hopefully you've learned a little bit about why you don't want to ship your wine in the middle of the summer, especially in a pulp shipper. But then again, hey, maybe when we call you and say, let's hold that for another couple weeks, you're not like, give me my wine. You're like, totally understand. Saw your episode. Great recommendation. See ya on the next episode.
Bye-bye.